Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning how to turn water into wine. And I would have put a book together called How to Turn Water into Wine. Because since I know myself, I've never seen any preacher, any prophet, any prophetess, anyone who call themselves man of God or woman of God. I've never seen them take literal water and turn it into wine. So I make it my business to put together the sense in which the Bible is conveying a secret to you, a secret science. It's the science of alchemy. It's a science where you can transmute energy into matter. For example, let me give you an example. Whenever you read the Bible, which is a book of mind science, it tells you in the beginning, God. No, it is showing you that everything starts from the invisible. God is invisible. You can't show me God. Invisible. This invisible infinite intelligence is where everything has its origin. And I'm speaking about everything that is in this physical three-dimensional world. There's no one in this world who can tell me of anything that is in this world that didn't have its origin from that infinite intelligence. Everything that we refer to as science and technology, and someone's brainchild, and someone being the inventor, and someone being the innovator, okay? It all come from that same one source. And so when you understand that the Bible is a book of mind science and that it is parabolic, and you have to learn to read between the lines, then you would realize that there was no literal man thousands of years ago with special powers who could have walked on literal water or turned literal water into wine. It has never happened, and it can never happen. And it has never happened and can never happen. There's nothing new under the sun. Now, when you understand that most of your body is water, and you understand energy, vibration, and frequency, and how you can transmute your desires into reality, then you start to work with the science of alchemy, and you'll be able to create your life whichever way you want it to be. Now, the turning of water into wine is also given to you in the parable of the bread and the fish, because they are all parables, eh? Okay, when it says that there were two fishes and five loaves that was broken to feed 7,000, and again it was done to feed 5,000. You would feed your 10,000, your 20,000, your 100,000, your millions when you understand the power of the conscious and the subconscious mind, and you understand how to operate your five senses, not just in this physical world, but in the non-physical world. Then you start to understand why you need to understand these things in a way that makes sense to you. That is why my whole work is to take the Bible and make it make sense for you from a standpoint of experience. I'm not speaking as one who joined a certain brotherhood, a certain fraternity, and was given certain books, and one who have signed to secrecy. You understand? There's a difference. No, there are so many people on the internet that many people look up to as great men and great women who have done great work on this planet, But the moment you start to expose these people and show that they were part of fraternity and certain secret brotherhood and all of these things, and that's where they get the knowledge from, it didn't just happen organically. They never really awaken inwardly and so on. People just get angry. Okay. And even with you using social media, they could spite you on social media. They could do things so that your knowledge would not be shared as much as it should. And so they shadow block you, they do you all of these things. And everything I say, I'm always speaking from experience. You know what I'm saying? So, my brother and my sisters, I'm saying to you that turning water into wine is telling you that you have a power and you must use that power. Breaking bread and fish and feeding many, it is telling you that you have a power and you have to learn to operate that power. All the miracles that you read about in the Bible is knowledge of your magical self. And they're teaching you of a master magician. And you're taking the master magician as a person who existed thousands of years ago. And so you're taking personification for persons and you're taking all our glory for history. You see, the turning of the water into wine takes place where there was a union, a marriage. And when you understand the invisible union, when you understand that SEX is sacred energy exchange, you would realize that it is taking place on all three levels, on a physical level, on a psychological level, and also on a spiritual level. When you understand chemistry, when you understand physics, when you understand biology, when you understand your own physiology, when you understand your own anatomy, when you understand your own psychology, when you understand all of those things, you'll be able to put the puzzle together to understand how to turn water into to wine. Okay, so I'm actually speaking in a way that you have to learn to read between the lines, and I'm always speaking parables. You hear me speak and you think you understand everything that I'm speaking clearly, but I'm actually still speaking in parables. Okay, so for example, I met a very religious person one time in the grocery who was trying to witness to me to tell me I need Jesus. And I said to them that the owner for this supermarket, they turn water into wine and employ you. But they wouldn't understand where I'm coming from. So, my brother and my sisters, I'm saying to you that you can turn water into wine if you know who you are and you know the power that you possess. And if you understand that you are Moses, and Moses meant to be born, and that you were in a basket when you was in your mother's womb surrounded by water. And if you understand that most of your body is water, and you understand an inhalation and an exhalation, once you understand these things, you would know that you can turn your goals and your dreams into reality. You would know what it means when it says, as a man thinketh in his heart. We're just speaking about the subconscious mind. We're just speaking of his invisible self. As you think in the invisible world, so shall it be established in the visible world. So my brother and my sisters, this whole entire video wouldn't be helpful to you if you do not get the book, How to Turn Water into Wine, and read it. You see, as long as you get that book, How to Turn Water into Wine, and it's very easy to read, and you read it, then you can ask me any question that you want to ask me based on what you read, and I'll be willing to help you. You could just email me once you can show evidence that you have purchased the book. Okay? And I'm willing to really show you how this science really work. Okay? So you would know that there wasn't a man 2,000 years ago with special powers. There is a man, and that man is always here. Okay? for that energy, that consciousness, that awareness is always here. Okay, so when people say that Jesus was, they brainwash. Is. Okay, who you think speaking to you right now? Whenever you become awakened, enlightened, and you're awake from the dream of life, you're God in flesh. You're the one who's totally having a human experience and is totally divine. Okay, so don't make them fool you. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much. And I want to say to you, this video is to really get you to think and to make sense of the things that people speak and do not know that they're speaking nonsense because they can't make it make sense. But I'm saying to you that the things that I'm saying, okay, is to get you to really think and realize that I am making it make sense. Okay? So if what I'm saying, if it resonates with you and you want to get more into it, definitely check out my books that are down below in the description. It's available on Amazon, How to Turn Water into Wine. And so if you never subscribe, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you like to be a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. And I have a course there that's called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciousness. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. Also, if you like to do a one-on-one with me, you can book a one-on-one with me. Just drop me an email and we can set up that one-on-one. I can do a one-on-one with me on an app called Faithia. It's a religious app, but I teach spirituality there. And I do one-on-one there with them also. Okay, so the choice is yours. But my last encouragement before I leave you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below. And definitely let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all. Out.